everyone, Tina here. I hope your day's going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me. I have some fun projects to share with you today. We're using the Photoplay Paper's Holiday Charm 12x12 collection pack. We're just going to be using stickers and the pattern papers in here. These are going to be quick and easy cards, so I thought we'd make 6 of them today. And we're going to also use some of the Photoplay Paper Say It With Stamps A2 card bases. These are 80 pounds, super smooth, so you could actually use your alcohol markers on there. They're side folding, and there's 20 in a pack, and they are pre-scored for you, so it just makes it even more quick and easy. So I'm going to take out 6 cards, pull out some pattern papers. We're going to be using this beautiful red pattern paper. It's called Christmas Carols. We're also going to be using the Holly Jolly pattern paper. I just love the print on here. It's super pretty. And then we're also going to be using the Candy Cane pattern paper. And the reverse side has stripes, so we'll probably be using a little bit of these too. I'm also going to be taking the cut apart sheet. These have some fun journaling cards. We're going to be trimming a few of these out to create some quick and easy cards. So I'll trim down my pattern papers and my cut aparts, and I'll be right back. For my first card, I am going to be using this cut apart, and then we have a piece of pattern paper. This measures 3 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches tall. The reverse side has the real pretty distressed look to it. Using my tape runner, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of my card base. It's right in the center. I'm going to go ahead and take my cut apart. We're going to add some adhesive behind here, and we're going to place this right in the middle. And then we have a piece of the red pattern paper. This measures 1 inches tall by 3 3/4 inches wide. I am going to fishtail both ends, just using my scissors here. And then I'm going to use my tape runner, and we're going to adhere it. We're going to bring in our sticker sheet next. For this card, we're going to use this sticker here. And I'm also going to use the greeting that says Warm Wishes. And I'm also going to be using this real pretty poinsettia flourish. I'm going to tack these two together. I want some of those stripes showing. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to bring in some foam squares. And since these are stickers, I'm going to bring in my Antistatic powder tool, and I haven't removed the release paper off of my foam squares. I'm just going to do a little tapping, add some powder, and what it does is it removes the tackiness of the sticker. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove the release paper off of my stickers, and then we're going to place this in the center of our card base. And I went ahead and put Warm Wishes down here on the bottom. And then for finishing touches, I'm going to bring in some red twine. I'm going to tie a double bow with it. I put a glue dot behind the knot of my bow, and I'm going to put this in the center of my poinsettia. And then I do want to add a little bit of sparkle, so I'm bringing in some iridescent gems. And we're going to add a few gems to the flowers here. And that finishes card number 1. For my next card, we're going to make a landscape style card. And I have some more of that red pattern paper. This measures 3 3/4 inches tall by 5 inches wide. We're going to adhere this to the front of our card base. When I use stickers on my cards, You'll see me leaving a little bit of a white border a lot because we have white borders usually around our stickers, and I think it just flows better when you have a little bit of white showing on your card base. We're going to be using this cut apart for this card today. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this directly to the front of my card. Just making sure it's evenly spaced. And then I trimmed down half of the scallop border that was in our sticker sheet. So we have our border. I did trim it off so it's just covering the red pattern paper. And then I have a 1/4 inch strip of the holly paper. Let me show you. It's this one. It's the reverse side. And this is the same width. It's 5 inches wide. 5 inches. We're going to add that just above our border here. Just used my tape runner to adhere it. And then we have some more stickers. I went ahead and put foam tape behind them. I put these two together. And then I also have the stocking and then the Season's Greetings. Season's Greetings is going to be our sentiment here. I want to add this off to the side. Before we add these stickers, I do want to bring back some of that red twine. And we're going to add a bow at the very bottom here. I have the bow right at the edge of the poinsettia flower here. Now I removed the release paper. Now we're going to add our tickets. We'll put this in this bottom corner here, kind of over those strings. And then we have our stocking. Now I'm going to bring in some more of those gems and we're going to add a little bit of sparkle to our card. And that finishes card number 2. For my next card, I'm going to take this pattern paper. This measures again 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. We're going to leave that white border kind of framing this card. We're going to tack this down, making sure our card base opens the right way. And then I have a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to mat this cut apart that I kind of trimmed down. Let me tell you the measurements. This measures 2 3/4 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. So I trimmed this cut apart down. We're going to mat this on some white cardstock. And then I'm going to tack this down on the front of my card. But I'm going to make it a little bit lower. Okay, I used one of my circle dies and created a circle with the tan pattern paper. I think this was called Candy Cane. So this circle is slightly larger than this sticker that was in our sticker sheet. I'm just going to layer them both together. And then I'm going to use some foam squares and we're going to pop this up. And I'm going to place this in the center here. This has the greeting 'tis the season, but I wanted to add a little more dimension to this card. So I have the candy canes, and I put a foam square behind here. We're going to layer this right in the middle of that circle wreath here for a little extra dimension. I'm going to go ahead and take some more of those gems. I'm going to put a larger one right in the center of those candy canes for a little extra sparkle, and that finishes that card. For my next card, I have some of our stripe pattern paper. We're going to use the reverse side. I'm going to tack this down to the front of my card base. This panel measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now I have some of this real pretty print. This measures 1.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. I'm going to take this stripe paper. This is a 1/2 inch wide by 4 1/4 inches tall. And I'm going to add some stripes. So about 1/4 of an inch is just hanging over on this pattern paper. And then I'll flip this around and we're going to add some more adhesive. And I'm going to tack this down about 1/2 inch from the left of my card base. I went ahead and put some foam tape behind this cut apart. We're going to pop this up and place this on our card here. I'm going to use my green pattern paper, and we're going to add a 1/4 inch strip along the very bottom here. And then we have the sticker that says Happy Holidays. I'm going to add this to the very bottom. We'll tack that down. And then I also have some of this sticker that's a holly. I'm going to add this kind of trailing up the side, like so. And then we have the wreath. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to add a foam square behind here, and I'm going to remove the tackiness with my anti-static powder. And then we will remove the release paper off of the wreath, and we will tack this down here for a little dimension. I have the snowflake, and I did the same thing to the snowflake. I'm just going to remove the release paper, and I'm going to add this. I'm actually going to scoot over my sentiment a little bit more. I have one of the little star stickers. We're going to top our tree with the striped star. And then I tied a double bow with that same red twine. We're just going to use a glue dot, and I'm going to secure this to the center of my snowflake. There's a hole in there, and it will work perfectly with that knot. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of twine. Now I'm going to add some sparkle to the Christmas tree using those same gems. And then I'm also going to place some on the holly over here that we added on that sticker. This is just going to add some dimension and some sparkle to that sticker too. Wonderful. So we have a little shine, and that will finish that card. For my next card, we're going to take some of this red pattern paper, and I'm going to adhere this to the front of my card base. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and this is going to go right down the front. We'll go ahead and tack this down. And then I have some of our snowflake pattern paper. This is a 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. And then I have the sticker that looks like a candy cane. We're going to go ahead and layer our sticker right in the center of the snowflake paper. Before I adhere the bottom here in our sticker sheet, I'm going to take Santa, and we're going to add him peeking out from the side here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of my card. We will tack this down. Okay, and then I have this sticker from our sticker sheet. I went ahead and put some foam tape behind here. Before we adhere this though, I'm going to add my greeting. My greeting for this card, we're going to use the Happy Holidays that is in our sticker sheet. What I'm going to do is use my scissors, and I'm going to separate them. I'm going to go ahead and add Happy Holidays to our card here. Wonderful. And then I'm going to go ahead and tuck some of my greenery in this corner. And then I picked out some stars from my sticker sheet, and we're going to add a few stars to this card. I'm going to go ahead and bring back my gems, and we're going to add a few gems to the Santa's hat. I'm also going to add a few gems not on the holly but around it, just so it kind of sparkles. And then I'm going to bring back some more of that red twine, and I'm going to tie a double bow with it. And then we're going to tack this using a glue dot. And then we're going to add this at the base of those holly leaves. And then that will finish that card. For my final card today, we're going to take this larger cut apart, and I'm going to trim this down. This measures 4 inches wide, so I'm going to trim this down to 5 1/4 inches tall. That would actually make a cute tag, so I wouldn't throw that out. I'd keep that, turn that into a tag. Okay, I'm going to trim off the bottom a little bit more. I'm going to tack this down, but I'm going to tack it down upside down on my card base. This one's going to be a landscape style card too. So we're going to go ahead and tack this down to the front of our card here. Once we have this tacked down, I have this sticker that's a real pretty corner, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to the left side of this card base here. I did put foam tape behind it, and I removed the tackiness. I just wanted some extra dimension. And I thought we would add some banners to this little swag corner. So we're going to go ahead and add some thin foam strips behind here. We'll bring in our foam squares, and I'm going to just add one at the very end. And I'm going to add my Merry Christmas. So we have lots of banners. And then I have this sticker that has the circle snowflake. I put a foam square behind here. We're going to tack this down in that corner, kind of covering up the ends of those stickers. And then I have another one of those bows that I created with that red twine. We're going to put this in the center of that snowflake. And then I'm going to bring in a little sparkle, and then that will finish that card. Here's a look at all 6 cards that we made with the Photoplay Papers Holiday Charm 12x12 collection pack. Some quick and easy cards using the cut aparts and some stickers. And really all we did bring in was some gems and some twine. And I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.